Tem uma coisa errada aqui. Puta que pariu, hein? Tem um cara morto ali, velho. Passou o dia. É, pessoal. Dia 3 acabou e provavelmente vai ficar aquele puzzle para o próximo domingo, onde temos as flores. Pra descobrir que direção que eu tenho que apontar o negócio, né? Nós estamos aqui... Nossa, tá sem cabeça o bagulho, velho. Totalmente doido o negócio.
Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her.
A mulher tá apagando, mas ela tá morta. Como assim? Tá, Como assim flor azul não tem? Pera aí, vou voltar lá, velho. Como assim não tem flor azul? A da direita aqui é azul, cara. Eu acho que é essa aqui, ó. Entendeu? 4, 8, 9. Então vamos fazer agora, então. Aqui. Ó, se for 9 horas é aqui, tipo 9, sabe? Só não move... Mas tem azul, cara. É essa aqui mesmo. Ó. Atenção, ó. Essa aqui é a mesa dessa aqui. É o que mais
Well, there's a
parece.
flower for each month of the year.
Talvez eu movi uma posição a mais, que talvez não devia ter mexido, sabe? Porque começa no janeiro. Eu comecei mexendo um pra frente, sabe? Vou mexer mais 11 em cada um, então. 4, 5, 6, 7,
6.5 hours later.
7,
Teber,
8,
vem pra
9,
trás,
10, 11.
Ó.
Falei.
janeiro é amarela. Então, eu acho que você tem que mexer só uma vez a amarela. Entendeu?
Como é que é? Eu ouvi errado?
Janeiro, veja lá no cartaz. Pra mim, você não tá vendo o cartaz. Pera aí. Já a amarelinha, eu acho que você deve mexer uma vez só, porque é a de janeiro.
É a de janeiro, cara? Não,
Acho que essa flor é janeiro,
é a
velho,
janeiro ao invés
certeza.
da julho?
Eu acho que é.
É verdade, pode ser, cara. Como que eu reseto isso? Devia
Quer
ter um
ver?
jeito de
É que eu
resetar, né?
não tô vendo aqui. Pra mim, você tá mexendo nos bagulhozinhos.
Tá,
Pera aí, a hora que apareceu o bagulho eu já tenho.
ó, tô mirando aqui pra você dar uma olhadinha. Então eu vou ter que. Na
Aí
verdade eu
a
vou ter que dar a
de.
volta nela.
20 minutes later.
Eu vou ter que dar a volta porque eu
Isso.
mexi 11, então um pra mais cada um, né?
Aí.
Esse é um
quer
rapaz
ver?
muito talentoso. Cara,
Abriu?
Abriu? Era isso mesmo, cara. Eu tava
Ah.
fazendo com a flor de julho e era de janeiro.
It's a picture of someone named.
Vamos ver. Provavelmente vai aparecer a polícia quando abrir a porta. Olha só que beleza.
Well, hello, boys.
Mr. Murphy, you need to come with us if you want to live.
Ó, não é polícia não.
Just kidding. What was going on in there? You know the drill.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
Tá perguntando por que a galera ao meu redor acaba morta, né? Eu acho que é inevitável isso.
Dies.
Eventualmente eles vão acabar morrendo.
Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
Não matei ela, né? Não matei. Vamos fazer uma resposta como se fosse um show de mágica.
Yeah. And what happened to her head? Let's see. Behind my ear, yes.
But we keep walking in on you
Esse foi
with
paia.
all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
Bom, vamos ver.
Whoever offed Margaret Leonard either hated her guts or was completely bonkers. I mean, why would someone decapitate her?
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
Wait a second, how do we even know it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
Now, I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Danwich, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you, and hope you'll cut me some slack.
It's on your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
Passei o vídeo pra ele.
The guy in the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. The problem is there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
Well, mine, as you see, are not.
I may have seen this guy before on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind, who might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained. In the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown, hypothetically?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up, and we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT, Vehicle Compliance Tracking? All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out, if you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shot out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from
É,
the
ele quer que eu
registration.
Any
que investigue
chance
isso,
this
só
might
que
have
não é
been the
legal.
vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
Pelo jeito.
I gotta get back to work, Murphy. If you got questions, ask them. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense.
Suspicious
A
speeder.
speeder with a broken headlight on the front passenger side? No idea what you're talking about. That's Margaret Leonard? I'll have to take your word for it. Don't recognize the face. Sorry. I know who Zach Williams is, and who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance.
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least his stuff.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
You mind if I ask what your interest is in Tesla?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla cache? I believe some of the items Rook has were part of the Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them. I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
Shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trail has led me here. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz, in the very room in which you now live. An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean,
Tá, a
it's
mulher,
interesting and maybe a
o
little
homem,
weird, but it's
morava
it's not a connection.
no mesmo apartamento que ele, no
But
Ritz.
it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives.
You're losing me.
Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late. A man out of time, as it were. Tell me, do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
What? You know about my dreams? I must be getting incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life?
We could explore that possibility, but first...
J.T. Donnelly era pra ser homem,
ever
então.
appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? Help me interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again, I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune. Which I would gladly pay.
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs? Mind regression? Past lives? It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so, it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped him. I better start asking around.
Vamos perguntar de novo pra galera as coisas.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
Tá, vamos ver. Bicho, não tem nada. Bom, tem que perguntar pra todo mundo as paradas aí. Começar aqui da ponta, né?
Whatever you need, Mike. Just ask. So this is the speeder you think took off after those gunshots and the abduction the other day. I do remember seeing a vehicle. I didn't get the license plate or nothing. I just saw it was one of them nice Pandians. The Bi-Turbo XL model. I know you was having bad dreams way back when. But I didn't hear nothing else about him after, you know, the thing with Chelsea happened.
Beleza, é o que eu podia perguntar pra ele. Vamos perguntar pro anão.
Of all the face-melting food joints in all the towns, in all the world, you walk into mine. Would if I could.
Beleza. Sabe nada, inocente.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
É minha vida, né?
Yeah, there was a speeder that took off right after the gunshots. Saw it in my rearview mirror. I got a thing for high-end speeders. This was a 48 Pandian. Sweet ride.
Ele entregou uma pista E apareceu no cantinho.
Can't help you with that. That's a fine piece of humanity there. She stopped by the other day and checked out our selection. Took her about 2 seconds to realize it was all crap, so she seemed to know her stuff. I don't know what it is they're serving in there, but it sure as hell ain't barbecue.
É. Spawn shop aí.
Hello, Murphy. How goes the investigation? I'm quite certain she was on the run from someone or something. I took care of her as much as she'd let me. I'm very sad she's gone. Yes, I'm sure that Margaret's items came from the Tesla cache, though the pieces she gave me to sell weren't nearly as valuable as rumors would have you believe. The speeder that flew away after the gunshots I heard? I'm not sure what type it was, but I did notice that the interior was very unusual. It was all white.
Então tá bom. Ó, apareceu. Cadê? Umas paradas de umas
I need to
pistas.
find a few more identifying features about the suspicious speeder.
Ah, a cor já sabe, né? Branco. Não apareceu ali. Vou perguntar embaixo do Ritz Hotel ali. Às vezes o cara de baixo sabe, né? Travei aqui.
Wow, that is crazy what happened to Margaret Leonard. Is everything okay with you and the cops?
Yeah, the cops would love to pin it on me, but I think it's all tied to a Mason Bowers who was abducted outside the Ritz a couple of nights ago. I'm just trying to find anybody who might have seen something.
Oh, well then you probably need to talk to Sapphire.
Sapphire? Sounds like some Greek oracle.
Well, I don't know if she's Greek or not, but she's definitely exotic looking. And she's one of your fellow tenants. Her door's decorated like a French nightmare, but it suits her business. So, if you hear any noises you can't identify, you might want to come back later. It's a damn shame what happened to that little lady. And I'm not crazy about what it did to her apartment either. Not a clue. Can't help you with that.
Perguntas e perguntas, né?
I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs, and that's a risk I'm just not willing to take.
Tá. Será que o quarto da mulher aqui? Não entendi se era aqui. Sapphire. É exatamente.
Well, this is a nice surprise.
Ai, genuinamente surpreso.
Sapphire. What a beautiful, if somewhat misleading name.
Thanks, Tex. You know just what to say to please the lady.
Vai chamar ela de rata de academia.
Wow, is that a,
Não, não é isso. É mais ou menos isso.
So,
Caralho,
what brings you San
a mulher é
Francisco
enorme.
out of my door? Business or pleasure?
On the clock, vamos ser rápido.
How disappointing. Well, we could use that home gym in there to work off some stress. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a happy ending, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all anybody wants, right? I mean, and they lived happily ever after, that kind of thing.
Fine. You don't want to scratch each other's backs. But what if I don't play ball? Can we still rough and tumble?
Well, Sapphire, don't make me twist your arm.
You can't make me talk.
We can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Ele vai apanhar dela.
Excuse me? Are you threatening me? Because if you are, I'd love to see you try the hard way. I'm sorry, Tex. I got carried away. I didn't mean to hurt you. At least not like that. Can you forgive me?
Not until I give you a good, firm interrogation.
I'm all yours, Mr. Murphy.
Nossa, tem muita coisa pra perguntar pra ela.
You're a tough guy who thinks he's above the law. What girl doesn't like to get a little turned on by that kind of man? It's not the nicest place in town, but you can't beat the price. It's a live and let live kind of place. It looked black, or midnight blue at first, but when the light hit it just right, I could see that it was actually close to sapphire, which, of course, I would remember. That sweet lady used to live here. Now, what would I know about that? No idea who that is.
Tá, aquela foto da mulher não sabe também.
But that place will literally kill you.
Ele sabe que aquele lugar mata as pessoas.
After
Ó,
Clint took over ownership of the Ritz from Nilo, things got a lot better. He even removed all the bugs and hidden cameras. Runs the electronics shop, though he's hardly ever there. Rook's one of my best customers. His tastes aren't as old-fashioned as you might think. That scumbag detective has been watching me for months. He's been videotaping the Ritz? That's the guy you think got abducted? I saw him around a few times coming to see you. I thought.
ô louco.
So spunky. And I love spunk. I only met you a couple years ago, so I don't know what you were like before. But I like what I see now. It ain't just your ass that's bad. Gets along with everybody. Makes great food. What's she got that I don't? I can tell you one thing that I've got that she doesn't. That's not my kind of store. First, I hear people running around up in your apartment. Then this speeder lands outside. I hear some man yelling and screaming outside the Ritz. Then he runs off with some other people chasing him. After a bit, he comes back and I hear him outside my window. Sounds like he's talking to himself. Then two other guys catch him, shove him into the speeder. Then I hear gunshots and the speeder takes off.
Ah, sabe bastante sobre esse caso, essa parte.
You do know she's a he, right? With the strength of 10 ordinary men.
Ótimo. Tá fechado esse bagulho ainda?
Seriously, we are the dynamic duo, don't you think?
You're certainly the boy wonder.
So what have you come up with? She's dead? And she was living right here for years. How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend. He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis.
Nope.
No.
Não ajudou muito, né? Tô meio largado esse negócio ainda.
My God. You know what that is? It's the cup of the carpenter. It's from the Holy Land Toys collection by Robco. Batteries not included, a $10 value.
Tá, não tem nada que preste aqui pelo jeito. A menos que essa porta esteja abrindo a partir não. Continua não servindo pra nada. Tá. Ué? Ah, aqui que eu entrei.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? You're talking about the speeder I saw take off after the shooting? What I can tell you for certain is the last 2 digits on the license plate. They were the numbers 6 and 3.
Olha, mais coisa. Sabe.
Sorry, I don't know a lot of people, except the ones that come in here. Not a clue.
Well, I finally gather enough data to identify the kidnapped vehicle. It's registered to a company called Seisan, and the location appears on my map. I check out Say-San with Smart Alex and find out it's some sort of doomsday cult recruiting candidates for a brave new world. And they believe this world will arrive soon. These boys take their schoolwork seriously.
Ótimo, né? Parece que tem uma coisa lá. Embora aqui parece que tem.
There's something inside that bucket at the bottom. Nice little wishing well, but a couple of pieces of equipment are missing.
Que porra é essa?
It's a picture of someone named Mantis. It's a business card.
Essa parada tá travada, e aqui tem um símbolo.
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Ué?
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Pelo jeito tem que deixar um lado igual ao outro, né? Tem uns negócios meio estranhos, né? Um A com dois negócios apontados pra cima.
Well, Say-San's located in a winter wonderland.
Um negócio em cima, três negócios na lateral e um taco de golfe e alguma coisa mais. Embaixo temos um negócio estranho, uma bolinha, parece que é um arco de flecha, um serrote de uma serra de cano. Uma outra serra, outro tipo de pente.
There's some interesting symbols written on these pillars.
Tada!
Well, Say-San's located in a winter one. Well, Say-San's located in a winter wonderland.
Tada!
Unfortunately, I arrive at Say-San and set off every alarm possible. I'm missing a token that would grant me entry inside. I head back to my office to devise a new strategy when I find a fax waiting for me. Someone's been watching over my shoulder and it's not a comforting feeling.
Tinha alguém atrás dele, né? E disparou um alarme. Tem um fax pra ele, vamos olhar daqui a pouco.
No messages on the bid phone.
Vamos olhar uma vez o
Oh
negócio.
boy, a fax.
Oh, um fax, é exatamente a coisa que eu tava.
An anonymous informant wants to meet me at Coit Tower.
Tem que chegar na Coit Tower. Ou seja, a torre do coito.
Archie Ellis wrote a... Well, this happened on my first case. I took a bullet, and while I was recovering, I swore I was always going to use my brains before brawn. The government footrest. Picked it up at a government warehouse sale. The government footrest.
Pô, esse negócio se abre, mas não descobre nada.
The government footrest. Picked it up at... What's up with the bed? I certainly don't remember this. I certainly don't remember... Yeah, not many people wake up from blackouts with new furniture. Someday, the door to my back store... Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me. The door to my back storage room is locked. That's strange.
Tá, talvez eu já tenha pego tudo que eu tinha pra pegar.
Maltese Falcon. I don't remember picking up this little souvenir. How long was I not... Well, I sure don't remember how these holes got in the wall. They look fairly recent, judging from the debris. Who would have done this?
Why?
Tá, pra que lado era a torre que eu tava imaginando aquela vez? Pelo jeito pra lá. Torre do Coito. Não é exatamente o que eu busco nesse momento.
My nose has started sagging lately.
Vamos lá, né? Dá uma olhadinha de leve aqui. Mais que eu encontrar alguém.
Hello, mate.
Slade?
Quem? Slade Wilson?
Weren't you in...
Locked up in San Quentin till 2260? No, not me. Good behavior.
Behavior doesn't get that good. I bet you can't even remember how many people you've killed.
Oh, I bet I can. Each one in perfect detail. Not like you. Understand your memory's not what it used to be.
Yeah, I remember you roughing up Sylvia.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, and I remember her helping me kick your ass.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that either. That's all water under the bridge now, isn't it, Dex?
Well, I'm glad you've turned over a new leaf. I'm a big fan of forgiving and forgetting. Mostly forgetting.
So what don't you remember?
Just the last 7 years.
So you don't remember everything after you and Chelsea got nicked? Chelsea's brother? The English woman, Juliet? Our little partnership?
Our partnership? Look, I know we just made up, but I think I'd rather lick toilets with my tongue than work with you.
Ah, but you did, Tex.
I did? Which one?
Work with me. And it paid a lot better than licking dunnies. How do you think you made all that money? These past few years have been, shall we say, mutually beneficial. But now it seems the same old Tex. The Boy Scout is back. That's a problem.
You want to know what's wrong with the Boy Scouts? Not a darn thing.
So you've been helping us track down this precious little egg. First you say you got it, then you say Margaret Leonard stole it. Next thing I know, you turn up at Cezanne tripping security alarms like some clueless amateur. What the hell was that all about?
For your information, I set those alarms off on purpose, and I don't have to tell you why.
Ele não sabe por isso.
Always got to do everything the hard way, don't you, Tex? This will get you into Cezanne. Hope you know what you're doing. I'll give you 24 hours to find that egg. And then I'm gonna come looking for you. And you know I'll find you.
Tá doido, hein? Tem nada pra fazer aqui?
Whoa. I wasn't always nervous about heights until my Under a Killing Moon case. I was trying to break into a luxury high-rise and slipped from the 32nd floor.
Looks like no one's home. This is gonna be easier than
Contando
falling
no
off a
caso
horse.
dele.
This window doesn't want to open up. Maybe if I...
Fortunately, I hit an awning before I hit the ground, but I didn't stop bouncing for about 30 minutes.
Nada interessante. Essa torre estava aqui só para encontrar o cara, então. Pelo menos por enquanto. Tá certo?
You can be hungover from things other than alcohol. My meeting with Slade left me shivering like I had the DTs. This guy and I were partners over the last 7 years. There's trouble in my soul and it's become as cold as ash. The further I see down the barrel, the more dangerous and diabolical my world becomes.